The most important word in the English language, and I just shared it with you today. Ta-da. Ta-da is a good thing. Say it. Ta-da. You gotta say it like ta-da. Ta-da. Good word. Here's the reason. Let me tell you what my ta-da is. Ready for this? My ta-da has me financially independent, living in the house of my dreams. I could describe that house for you, but it won't mean anything to you because you have your own house of your dream. Ta-da is a lifestyle that allows me to travel not only for business, but for pleasure on my own terms, on my own schedule. Ta-da has me in optimum health, enjoying working out, enjoying exercise, having the physical appearance that I want. Ta-da has me enjoying my daughter and her life and the things that she does, and not being on a schedule that prevents me from seeing her do the things that she does and the activities that she's involved in. Ta-da has me able to give lots of money to different charities and organizations that I feel strongly about in this country and other countries. See, ta-da is that ideal life. Are you following what I'm saying? Ta-da is 50-yard line tickets to the Super Bowl any year I choose to go. Ta-da is tickets to NBA games in every city. Ta-da is sitting in VIP for music concerts that I want to go to and not worrying about the cost.
Is this real?
Ta-da.
Sounds expensive.
There are people who live like that, and I'm friends with some. You follow me? Yeah, let me tell you what my business is. Since she asked, it is real, and I know I have friends who live like that, and I'm beginning to live like that.
What did you do?
Well, I'm getting to that. Who are these people? But are you getting a picture in your mind, not of my ta-da, but yours, because we all have one. What I'm trying to share with you real quick, and I will get into all that, and I'll tell you how it's working for me, and I'll tell you how grad school ties into this. Once you know what your ta-da is, if you find out that graduate school is merely a step you have to take to get to it, your ta-da will pull you through. You follow me? And I share it everywhere. He did have a dream. How many of you know he had a dream? How many of you know a lot of students have dreams? Sometimes in class they call them daydreams. But Dr. Martin Luther King had a dream. And part of his dream was that his 4 children would not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. Here's what that means to me. To not be judged by the color of my skin, but the content of my character. Those of you who have never met me, I have not met you either, except until this point. You can look at me and make a judgment. I will allow you that, because that's what we all do. Many of us, that's how we date. We see a person first. We do not find out if they have good credit. We don't find out, you know, if there's a psychiatric issue in their past. We don't check into that sort of thing. We look at the outward appearance, and we say, this may work out. She's cute, or he's hot, or whatever we say. You don't find out about the content until further exploration. Am I right? Same with the book. You can have a beautiful cover, but after you open the front cover, you look at the table of contents, that may determine whether or not you want to continue to read. So what I've decided to do in my life is try to live the kind of life where when someone opens the book and that book is Lee Fuller, they will look at the table of contents and judge me by that and say, you know what? There's a man of integrity. There's a man who can overcome obstacles. There's a kind man. There's a loving man. There's a man who's willing to take risks. There's a man who focuses not only on his own success, but tries to encourage others. That's what I'd like for people to see. It really would be. But here's the deal. But it comes down to, how do you feel about yourself? Do you believe, not because I'm telling you, but because I know it to be a fact, if a man walking the earth can earn the kind of money that Bill Gates is earning, that means anyone can. Do you believe that? Do you believe that? The only way you'll find out and really know it is to walk it out. TCU, what does TCU stand for? Okay, so can I say something that's slightly Christian?
Well, sure, that's fine.
Okay. Here's what I'm thinking. Slightly Christian. In an unlimited universe, where many people have been able to maximize their potential. There is no limit. But because I believe there is no limit, I think, I don't want to get ahead of myself. I know that there is a point past belief. We can sit here and believe that we can do it, but Bill Gates knows it because he's experienced it. To get past the point of believing, there has to be a series of things that we do where we know. Can I help you? Are you ready to be helped? How many in here have ever passed a test? You never have to believe you can again. Now you know. Follow. Anyone in here ever get a date with a person that you really wanted to date? More than that, you don't want to date. Once you do, you don't have to believe you can anymore. Now you know. Does that make sense? Once you know, then there's no limit. Here's where it gets tricky. How can you know when you have experience? I know that it is humanly possible for a person to make Bill Gates money because someone has already done it. And I know if another person can do it, there should be nothing that can stop me. But me? And I'm an African-American man, living in the United States of America. Moved from Chicago to Connecticut to Michigan and a couple other places. Now I'm living in Texas, but I turned on my television Tuesday and saw an African-American man get inaugurated as the President of the United States of America. When I had people tell me when I was a child, there's no way. Tupac even sang a song about it. Well, he's a rapper. Or Tupac. He said there would never be a black president. Well, too bad he didn't live to see it. Because he was wrong. Was he wrong? Once you've seen it done, you don't have to believe it anymore. You can know it. I had different interests. I told you that I was an actor, but I'm also a singer. And I always loved to sing, but it wasn't necessarily a popular thing to be a singer if you weren't singing songs by the Jackson 5 or the Temptations or the Spinners or a lot of the R&B. I loved all of that stuff because as a child, I went to something called Operation Breadbasket. This was before Operation Push. This was when Jesse Jackson had a big afro. And they would have these concerts, and my mother told me that she paid $5.50 for our fifth row seats. So I saw the Jackson 5, the Temptations. It was a couple, Ashford and Simpson, Bill Cosby. There was this other guy named Willie Tyler. He had a Muppet puppet, you know, a ventriloquist. Willie Tyler and Lester. All of these people for $5.50. So I got to see, you know, Jackson 5 and the Temptations, and I thought, I want to do that. But the strange thing was, there wasn't a lot of black radio at the time. Black radio went off basically when the sun went down. Say sun going down. When the sun went down, there was no more African-American radio during the 60s and the early part of the 70s. So I listened to a station called WLS, and I listened to a DJ, Larry Lujak, and a guy named John Records Landecker. You all remember those people? Bob Surratt. Anyway, so what I was hearing a lot of times at night was not the Temptations or the Jackson 5. I was hearing Elton John. Don't let the sun go down on me, you know, stuff like that. And Barry Manilow, I'm not going to sing Barry Manilow. How many people know what was the deciding factor in the game? Who scored the winning points? The kicker. Does anyone know what happened with that particular kicker? His name is Adam Vinatieri, by the way. He missed the first two field goal attempts in the Super Bowl. Let's put this in perspective. This was one of the biggest games of his life, one of the biggest games for his team. He's basically a reliable place kicker, and he missed two field goals that he would normally make. But did he make the one that counted? Yes. So here's my question. Did it really matter that he had missed the first two when he attempted to kick the third one? It really didn't matter. Because in that moment, his focus had to be, right now, I better make this one. Now, if he had missed the third one, I believe that there would have been some criticism in the press. Do you believe there would have been criticism in the press? But because he made it, there's not a lot of talk about the two that he missed. It's really interesting. But here's something else I wanted to share with you. He made the winning field goal. Okay, he's a hero. Wasn't he a hero when he missed the first two?